let's take you to the Johannesburg City Council. It is holding a special sitting to elect a new speaker, and this follows the ousting of Vasco da Gama in a motion of no confidence earlier this month. Let's get the latest from our reporter, Mbali, who is at this extraordinary meeting. Mbali, good morning to you. Give us an update as to whether or not voting at least has started, and what are the chances of people like Colleen Makhubele? Might she put her hand up for the position of Speaker?
Well, Polly, of course, councillors in the City of Johannesburg have converged here this morning at the council chambers. And I must tell you that all councillors are present. It is indeed a full house of 270 council members who are expected to take part in that extraordinary council meeting. And there's only one item today on the agenda, and that item is indeed to vote in the new Speaker of Council. I'm going to bring in somebody from one of the minority groups here. His name is Thapelo. He is from Al Jama. Thapelo, earlier on we spoke to the multi-party coalition government, Mabine Siabe, saying that indeed that they are confident that this morning it will be a speaker from their multi-party coalition, saying that they have at least 138 members who will be indeed voting with them. Do you have the numbers?
Thank you so much. I don't know where they're going to get the 138, because remember, it's constant lobbying. We are in the Hang municipality. So each and every one of us, the ones who are in government and the ones who are in the opposition, they are constantly lobbying for those same numbers. So I'm very confident that we are going to emerge victorious. We're tired of these songs of praise where they seek media sympathy or the public sympathy. What we want to do, we have recommended as the minority, particularly in opposition, we've recommended one of us, which is the minority, to hold the executive accountable. So the Speaker is recommended to come from our core, from the opposition, and we are also confident that we are going to emerge.
How confident are you? I mean, at the end of the day, it is about numbers, and of course I know that just yesterday we saw the ANC saying that they are supporting Colleen Makhubele. Is this a name that you will be supporting as well as those in the minority opposition?
Councillor Colleen Makhubele is the name that has been sent forth. We are confident in her, not only in our numbers. She has shown integrity when she was presiding over council in the absence of the Speaker, or when the Speaker was in comfort break, the former Speaker, Vasco da Gama. So we are very confident that Councillor Colleen Makhubele is going to hold the fort, not only for the minority opposition bloc, or rather the minority bloc, but she's going to hold the fort for the entire city of Johannesburg, to hold whichever executive when the motion of no confidence is brought against Mpopalazi. If we still emerging victorious, we are still going to hold that particular executive mayor accountable.
How important is this vote to, the City of Johannesburg, especially for those who don't understand how this council conducts its business, especially when you look at the position of the Speaker? How important is the position of Speaker to the City of Johannesburg so that it continues to run its business of the day?
It's called a troika. There has to be a separation of power. In the previous events, we saw the Speaker and the executive mayor herself entangling themselves in the legislative issues and colluding with the issues that were pertinent to the residents of Johannesburg. So if we separate, you can't be a referee and a player at the same time. So if we separate the two, legislative wing and the executive wing, there's proper accountability, there's proper oversight that will be done on the executive mayor. So this is why we are saying, even when with those whom we are engaging and still constantly lobbying each other in our core, we are saying we are firm on saying we want the Speaker to come not from the organization that will fill in the executive mayor.
All right, thank you very much, Thapelo. Of course, that is Thapelo Abed there, Xoli. He is indeed one of those who will be taking part in the voting process of the new speaker. I'm going to bring in Colleen Makhubele, the chair of chairs in the City of Johannesburg. You are one name that has been constantly being touted, mainly by the opposition in this council. How are you feeling ahead of today?
Thank you, Mbali, and good morning to all the viewers. I'm feeling very humbled, really, that I've been nominated to be the Speaker of the City of Johannesburg. I understand the gravity of the role, and if you look at these chambers, they've been designed to honor the late Mama Connie Bapela. She was a speaker for many years in this council. She upheld the integrity of this council. She could hold the executives accountable. She fostered transparency. We never had issues like what we've seen in the past few months when Mama Connie Bapela was presiding. If God can give me the strength to do half the job that she has done in upholding the decorum of this council and ensuring that the residents of the City of Johannesburg get the services that they deserve, I think then I would have returned the favor and the confidence that have been shown in me by the minorities, by the ANC, by the EFF and other members of different political parties.
Thapelo is just pointing out the issue around playing speaker and, well, being a player and the referee at the same time. You know, how important is this for this House to move ahead with the business of the day, and that you don't have one party playing the player and being the referee at the same time?
Look, it's very critical. You must remember, when you're a speaker, you take off your jersey in terms of your party shirt. You become the speaker for all councillors, and your role is to ensure that the executives, the mayor, are doing what they are supposed to do, and the MMCs. It is your role to ensure that every report that comes get debated fairly and get debated equitably in the chambers, and decisions are made not to suit one side but to suit all councillors. It's your role to ensure that even the minority voices are heard, because they represent a constituency. I'll give you an example. When Eldos, the past 3 weeks, there's been a riot, there have been protests, there have been gunshots, substance abuse. It was on fire. And the mayor, it took her 3 weeks to get there. And if we had a speaker who could then hold her accountable, she should have been first on the scene to address the concerns of the citizens. That's just but one example of the role that the speaker, as the head of legislature, who must command and control what happens in legislature and how we participate with communities out there, must play that critical role.
You find yourself in a very awkward position. There are some who want you to become speaker, but just not so long ago, we saw Action SA saying that because of what you did in terms of removing Vasco da Gama from being the Speaker of the House, they will then be tabling a motion of no confidence against you as the Chair of Chairs. You know, when is this motion going to take place, if or may you be voted the Speaker of Council?
Look, whether I'm a Speaker of Council or not, if they have put in the motion, it will come to pass. It will sit in Council and be debated. But I want you to understand from where they're coming from. If you are DA, you are Action SA, you are Freedom Front, right, or even ACDP in their minority numbers right now, it's a crisis for them. Of course, they would not want me to be a speaker because they know what is coming. And they are trying to hold on economically to their positions, to being MMCs, to being all of that. So I'm not surprised that they will bring in that motion to destabilize me, to want me to be distracted. I would not be their favorite vote because I don't dance to the tune of the DA or even Action SA. If you have listened to Action SA for the past few days, they were on the media saying we want minority, we want a balance of power, etc. What changed them now to vote with DA? An instruction has come to tell them how to vote, and we don't play those games here. We're not going to be controlled by the DA, by somebody sitting in federal. Connie Mulder, who is Freedom Front, with 3 or 4 seats, must control who is the Speaker of Council here. Where is the role of councillors? DA, sitting somewhere, must control who is the city manager here. What is the role of councillors? Equally so, we're not going to be controlled by Lutuli House either. Nobody is going to be telling me how to conduct the business of the city in my role if I'm elected as a speaker, because I'm not going to be taking instructions from anywhere but from the councillors that are voted in, and the public having confidence in them to be leaders and to run the business of council.
How confident are you that you will emerge victorious today?
Very confident. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. That is indeed Colleen Makhubele, is somebody who has also been nominated by the ANC in terms of them wanting her to become the Speaker of Council. Of course, we are currently on a break, Colleen. It is a break. It was a caucus break that was called on by the DA, saying that they're asking for a 30-minute break in order for the councillors and council members here to come and converge and have some sort of meeting. But this is just the tricks of the City Council, Colleen. We know that for quite some time now, when things are being delayed, they are always delayed by party members asking for caucus breaks. So it's really no surprise that we find ourselves on a 30-minute break, and I hope that this is not the order of the day because for somebody who has been reporting on what has been happening here in the city of Johannesburg, really this is the trend, and council can sit until even midnight.
Oh, likely to be a long wait there, Mbali Thethati. Thank you very much for that comprehensive update.